High above the mist-clad pines of the Emerald Forest and beyond the jagged spine of the North Ridge Mountains, a citadel of white stone rose like a phoenix from the earth. Its towers glittered in the dawn, their banners a deep violet edged with silver, the sigil of a soaring griffin clutching a sword. This was Vanya, a kingdom forged in the crucible of war, tempered by the iron will of women and guarded by the steel-clad hearts of its knights. Centuries ago, when the world was still a wilderness of roaming beasts and marauding clans, the land that would become Vanya was a patch of fertile valley besieged by three great threats: the goblin hordes from the southwest, the red moon wolves that prowled the forest under the light of a blood-red moon, and the warlords of the northern plains who coveted the valley's riches. The people were a ragtag coalition of hunters, farmers, and wanderers, each fighting for survival. At the helm of this desperate coalition stood a fierce woman named Queen Mayrel. She was not born of royalty, but earned her crown by leading a daring night raid that shattered the Goblin King's throne. The victory was a turning point. Under Mayrel's banner, the survivors swore fealty not to a bloodline, but to a promise. The protectors of Vanya shall be women, for they have proven the capacity to wield both blade and wisdom. From that moment onward, a new order was forged. Women entered the knightly hoods, schools of combat and strategy built into the very stone of the citadel. They trained in swordplay, archery, horsemanship, and the ancient arts of runecraft. Men, meanwhile, were assigned the roles that kept the kingdom breathing: cultivators of the fields, artisans of the forge, scholars of the archives, and custodians of the hearth. Their contributions were no less vital, but the battlefield became an exclusively female domain. In time, the legend of the Queen Knight blossomed. Lady Commander Veronica the Victorious, a name whispered in taverns and sung by bards, rose from a modest daughter of a seamstress to the brightest star in Vanya's sky. Her sword, eclipsed dawn, sang an anthem of triumph as she cut down the vicious Red Moon wolf packs, led the charge against the dwarf warbands of Ironclaw Pass, and shattered the dark elf sorceress queen Morgothra's crystal citadel on the cliffs of Gloomspire. Every victory stitched a new thread into the tapestry of Vanya's peace, and every return of Veronica's glittering armor was met with fireworks, feasting, and reverent prayers to the goddess of war, Astra. She became a living legend, a beacon for every young girl who swore to lift her visor and ride under the Queen's banner. For decades, the kingdom thrummed with prosperity. The Emerald Forest yielded bountiful herbs. The mountains supplied rare ores. Trade routes to the southern kingdoms glittered with silk and spices. Yet darkness, ever patient, gathers in the cracks left by complacency. In the waning year of the Queen's 30th reign, a strange chill crept over the valley. Villagers whispered of a black tide, a coalition of twisted warlocks, cannibal lizard men, and a dragon called Scarith the Ashen, whose breath turned the sky a sickly orange. Their banners bore a sigil of a broken griffin, a mockery of Vanya's own. When the first of the Black Tide's raiding parties struck the outlying farms, the Queen summoned her most trusted knights. Veronica, now a seasoned commander, with scar-etched arms and a gauntlet of honors, rode at the head of 100 female warriors. The battle at Ravenstone Pass lasted 3 days and 3 nights. Spears clanged, spells cracked, and the air smoldered with the scent of burnt incense. Veronica's blades sang a furious dirge. She cut down the warlock Moloch the Voidseer, shattered the Lizardmen's chieftain, and finally faced Scarith himself, the dragon scales a dull obsidian. With a daring leap and a thrust of eclipsed dawn, she pierced the beast's heart. The dragon's death roared across the valley, shaking the citadel's spires. But victory came at a cost. In the final clash, a stray blast of dark flame licked the queen's throne room, and the enchanted armor that guarded Veronica's chest cracked. The wound was mortal. As her blood stained the sand of the battlefield, she whispered a farewell to the queen, to her sisters, to the land she loved.
Meryl, my queen. Do you see me now from your ivory towers? Do you feel the weight of this dawn that I did not live to greet? I kept my vow. Skarath lies dead, and his fire, his cursed fire, is ash. I held the pass at Thaldir alone. I held it until the last breath was not mine to give. I fought for your songs, Meryl, for the peace you sang of. In the garden beneath the moonlit elms, I wanted to see it built, to walk its cobbled streets, to hear children laugh without fear. Sisters, Lyra, Galen, Tovis, do you ride the skies tonight? Do you hear the silence I leave behind? We swore on the stone of Vania, blood to blood, that none would fall alone, and yet I fall alone.
Vanya, beloved land, I see you still. The golden wheat of the southern fields, the silver rivers that snake through the valleys, the ancient oaks in the hollow woods where I kissed my first love beneath a storm. I defended your borders, but I never walked your peaceful roads. I never grew old in your sun. The shuddering breath, her limbs grow cold. The soil remembers. The earth drinks my blood now. Let it nourish something gentle. A flower, a child's dream. Not war. Never again. I miss your laughter in the barracks, the clink of armor over wine, the way Lyra always stole my boots. I would give my last breath to steal them back. We were not just knights. We were fire in the winter, steel in the storm. And now the fire fades. I am so tired, and the light grows thin. Tell them I did not fear death, only the silence after, the world going on without a name to speak of me. But Meryl, sisters, land of my heart, I loved you as the sword loves the hand, as the dawn loves the dark, with all that I was. Goodbye.
The wind rises, carrying her words across the battlefield, gone, but not forgotten. Stars begin to appear above, cold and watchful, as night claims the fallen knight and her fallen enemy. The silence settles like snow. News of Veronica the Victorious's death rippled through Vanya like a mournful hymn. The queen's eyes, always steady, glistened with tears she would never show. The knights, her sisters in arms, kneaded the sorrow into resolve. For a kingdom that had never known a male knight, the loss of its brightest star threatened the very fabric of its identity.
Silver moons we march in rows, through whispers of trees where the night wind blows. Our blades gleam bright like stars in frost, for the peace we hold cannot be lost.